All right, this is the study guide for the end test of topic 2. We're going to go over it together. So, number 1 says, what is the opposite value of Owen's score? So I need to go and look and see what is Owen's score. Here's Owen's. So what is the opposite of negative 16? Remember, opposite is the other side of the number line. So this is negative. The opposite would be positive. So the answer is positive 16. Number 2, a city's low temperature for the day was 10 degrees below 0. Write the integer that represents this temperature. So think about a thermometer, right? If the thermometer, here's 0, and it's 10 degrees, there's a degree sign, below 0, that means we are at negative 10. It is below the 0. So the answer, the integer that represents this, is negative 10. And we could put a degree sign. Number 3, which of the following have a value that is equal to the absolute value of negative 28? Remember, absolute value, I'm going to write that up here, absolute value is the distance from 0. So, negative 28, how far away is that from 0? It is 28 away from 0. So now that we know that we're looking for the value of 28, do these represent the value of 28? Well, negative 28 is not the same as 28. 28 is the same as 28, so that is a correct answer. Here I have what is the absolute value of 28. So what is the distance of 28 from 0? That is 28. That's what we're looking for. 0 is not the same as 28. And now here is a tricky one. This means, what is the opposite of negative 28? So this in front of it, the opposite. So what's the opposite of negative 28? It is positive 28. This is the same value, so we have another answer. Okay, number 4. What is the perimeter in units of the polygon A, B, C, D, E, F? So remember, perimeter is the outside. So how many units are outside of this polygon? Okay. So when we have a coordinate grid, let me zoom in, it's easier to just count. So the first thing I want to do is look and see how much is one of these squares worth. And when I look at my number line, here's 0, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, 5, and 6. So I know that each block represents 1 unit. So now I can easily count my units all the way around. This is like when we did finding distance, and you could plot all the points and find the coordinates of each point and then add the distances together. But when you have a coordinate grid, it's much easier to count. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. This from B to C is 4. 1, 2, 3. From C to D is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From D to E is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and I can't forget this one right here, even though I have a line going this way. I didn't count this side yet. 1, 2, 3. Now that I know the distances of each side, I can simply add them up. So I have 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I have 10 plus 6 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, plus 4 is 26. So I'm going to write down here in my answer 26 units. I got to make sure I label it units because it says in units. 26 units. So number 4 is easy. You're just counting all of the perimeter. All right, number 5. 5, I think, is the trickiest one on this whole test. You have to plot the rational numbers on the number line. So Mia listed 5 rational numbers. And remember, rational means any number that can be made into a fraction. So that includes a whole number. That includes decimals. Those are rational numbers. Then she drew a number line to display and compare them. So we have to first figure out, where do these numbers go? Okay, so I'm going to start by looking at my number line. How is my number line split up? So here is 0 and here is a whole. If I count the equal parts in between, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know that I'm working in fourths. So let me go over to my fractions that are in fourths. I have this one and I have this one. So I'm going to start with the positive 7/4. So I'm going to start at 0 and I'm going to count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is my 7/4. And when I go to write the answer, I'm going to put it right. Oops, I should have put it right above here. 7/4. Cross it off. On to the next one. Now I'm going to go to -9/4. Remember, negative is to the left of the 0. So I'm going to start at the 0 and I'm going to count left into negative land 9 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -9/4. Cross that one off. Now I'm going to look at the decimal numbers that I have. I only have one negative left. This is negative, this is positive, and this is positive. So I'm going to do the negative. Which other number, here's my 0 right here, which other point is to the left of the 0? The only one that I have is right here. So that has to be -5/10. Or you can read it as -1/2. And when I go to write this on Savvis, I have to make sure it's in the same format as this. I don't think that I can make this into a fraction on Savvis. All right, now I have 2 numbers left, 1 and 25/100 and 75/100. So if I look at this one, this is 1 whole and some more. 1 whole and some more. The some more is a 25/100. So if I look over here, here's my 0. Now I'm in positive land. I need to go past the whole and some more, the 25/100. So it cannot be this one right here, this point. 1 and 25/100 cannot be less than 1. So it has to be this one. It's 1 and some more. It's actually 25/100 is actually 1/4. So if I count, this is 1 out of the 4. And the last number that I have left is 75/100, which is the same thing as 3/4. So I'm going to start at 0, 1, 2, 3. Here's my 75/100. Okay. So now that the number line is plotted, I have to write an inequality and use inequality symbols. That means greater than, less than, and equal to that compare the following two numbers. I'm comparing negative 5/10 or 5 negative 1/2, this number, and I'm comparing 7/4. So I want to know which one is greater. And remember, to the right, the further right my number is, the greater it is. So when I look at the number line, 7/4 is greater than negative 5/10. And this one's negative 2. So automatically I know that this is going to be less. So 5/10, negative 5/10 is less than 7/4. Remember, it eats the bigger number. All right, number 6. Which ordered pair locates point Q on the coordinate plane? So what is this ordered pair? That's what I have to figure out. So the first thing I want to do is find my origin right here. Okay, that's 0. And I want to look and see what is this number line counting by. So here's 0, here's 2. What number would this be? This would be 1, 2, 3. So I know we're counting by ones, -1, -2, -3, -4. So remember, your x is always first and then your y. So on my x-axis, I have to go to the left. That means I'm going negative to 4, all the way to 4, and then I'm going up to positive 1. So now when I look down here, I can see this one is not correct. This is not correct because that's a positive 4. It's either this one or this one. It's not negative because that would be down in quadrant 3. So D is correct. -4, positive 1. And the last question. We are choosing yes or no for all of these. So on your test, you have to have all of these checked off, either yes or no. So EF is 5 units long. Here is EF. Let's see what we're counting by. The number line starts at 0. Here's 1, 2, 3. I know one of these represents 1 unit. So I'm counting by ones. So EF, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is true. How about DF? Where's DF? Here's DF. 1, 2, 3, 4. DF is 3 units long. That's not true. It's 4 units. DE, here's DE, is shorter than DF. So here, I have to do the distance. So D is, what is D? D is 3, 1. And E is -2. Oh, I can't do this one. All right, let's come back to C, because I think this is one that I need to go over with you in person. DF is 1 unit shorter than EF. So here's DF, which is 4, and EF we said was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this 1 unit shorter than this? That is true. So DE is one that I will go over with you in person because this one is a little bit more complicated, and I think I need to discuss this with you in person.